Hey, welcome to Daily Bravo Drama. In this video, we will be talking about the massive Summer House reunion leaks, Wes Wilson admitting to causing damage, Amanda's explosive fights with Kyle, CIARA moving on to DWTS, the below deck down under firing, secret lives of Mormon wives exits, Dorit focusing on her kids, and honestly, so much more. We'll cover everything coming up in this audio. Hey, this is Delilah.
Hey, this is Fahid.
Welcome to Reality TV Audio Podcast, where we break down the latest in reality TV every day.
Absolutely.
So look, we have a massive stack of reality TV updates for you today, and our mission for this deep dive is just to distill the absolute most important facts for you. We are strictly discussing the news, we'll share a quick opinion, and then move right on.
Yeah, lots to get through, so we should just dive right in.
Totally. And we have to start with the most viral thing happening right now, which is the Summer House meltdown.
Oh, the internet is absolutely on fire over this.
Right. Like, we are looking at an unprecedented audio leak from the season 10 reunion taping. And Andy Cohen himself publicly came out and called these leaks disgusting and illegal.
Which really just highlights the sheer panic happening at the network. I mean, Bravo sets are usually locked down like military bunkers.
Yeah, they have to be.
Exactly.
Yep.
Because the weekly episodic structure of reality TV, it relies entirely on the illusion of suspense. So when hours of raw, unedited audio leak out,
it shatters the whole thing.
It does. It doesn't just spoil the ending. It ruins the entire architectural blueprint the producers just spent months building.
And the cast is definitely feeling that fallout. Like, Wes Wilson actually had to jump on his podcast, Show Me Something with Sophie and West, just to address the chaos.
Did he admit to leaking it?
No, he strongly denied being the source of the leak. But what really stood out was his description of the reunion itself. He called sitting on those couches the, quote, darkest form of therapy.
Wow. Darkest form of therapy. I mean, getting aggressive, real-time feedback on your relationship choices for 10 hours straight while cameras roll.
Yeah, he's not entirely wrong to call it that. And he confessed he caused a lot of damage, specifically regarding his relationship with Amanda Batula. And wait, the wildest part, they officially confirmed they are boyfriend and girlfriend.
Wait, really? Officially?
Yes.
The timing of that confirmation is so fascinating, though, especially when you look at how the rest of the cast is reacting. Sources are indicating their co-stars are, like, highly skeptical of the romance.
Oh, for sure.
The prevailing theory in that inner circle is that this just started as a fun, careless hookup that got wildly out of hand. And now, because of the public scrutiny and the pressure cooker of that leaked reunion, they feel totally forced to legitimize it.
Right, to take it seriously. And you can see that pressure breaking Amanda down in real time. I mean, she completely deleted Instagram off her phone just to escape the noise.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, though she finally reappeared on May 5th. She just posted a photo from a glam room with the caption, "Boo!"
Classic.
But watching the show right now is a complete mind trip. It's like watching the Lost Supper fight on our screens today is like reading the last chapter of a mystery novel first.
Oh, that's a great way to put it.
Right. Like, the producers built an entire spin-off around Kyle and Amanda, but these real-time leaks are the iceberg. At that dinner hosted by Lindsay decided to poke at Kyle Cook's new DJ career.
Which he is supposedly taken to Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah. And Kyle just lost his mind. He claimed he's always the butt of the joke, screamed FKU at Amanda across the table, and loudly claimed she isn't pulling her weight in their marriage.
Just brutal.
And the person who jumped up to defend Amanda was West.
Of course it was. And, we can't forget the background chaos of that exact same Lost Supper dinner. Carl Radke and Bailey Taylor were casually making out while all of this went down.
I know, it's so chaotic. But the Kyle, Amanda, and West dynamic is the central nerve here.
It really is.
Yeah.
Interestingly, though, Kyle and Carl seem to be coping with the immense stress of all this pretty well. They were just spotted blowing off steam at Saturday Night Live.
Oh, the episode hosted by Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, that one. They were hanging out with friends Chanel Omari and Ali Alaski, and even did a whole live from New York bit in the photo booth.
See, I am still stuck on how the producers navigate this timeline mess, because they originally planned to pivot away from Kyle and Amanda for the new spinoff in the city.
Right.
But because of this explosive West and Amanda real-world fallout, they realized they actually have to keep them integral to the show. They're watching their production blueprint sync on Twitter before the episode even airs.
And they are forced to rebuild the ship while it's going down. That completely alters how we understand modern reality TV, honestly. The off-screen narrative is now entirely dictating the on-screen casting decisions.
Yeah.
And that loss of narrative control is pushing some cast members to just look for an exit strategy entirely. Look at CIARA Miller.
Oh, she is caught directly in the blast radius of this meltdown. Sources are saying CIARA is doing surprisingly well, but is still extremely hurt and angry.
Which is totally understandable.
Oh, yeah. She stated very clearly she will never be friends with Amanda or West again. And because of this toxic environment, she is seriously deciding whether to return to Summer House at all.
Prioritizing her mental health above the Bravo paycheck.
Exactly. Plus, she has a massive new opportunity lined up that takes her completely out of the Bravo ecosystem. Dancing with the Stars, season 35.
Which is a huge pivot. Going to network television requires a completely different skill set. On a Bravo show, you're rewarded for digging into trauma and interpersonal conflict. But on Dancing with the Stars, the narrative is about physical discipline, structured challenges.
Overcoming obstacles.
Right.
And she is campaigning hard for it, too. Like, at the Met Gala, she revealed she desperately wants Val Chmerkovskiy as her dance partner.
Pointing to the massive success he just had with Alex Earl, I'm sure.
Exactly. And CIARA even knows her choreography. She said she wants to do a waltz or a box step so she can feel like she is living inside an episode of Bridgerton.
It's a calculated rebranding effort. She's stepping away from a show where she is a victim of gossip and moving to a platform where the audience actually roots for her as a dedicated athlete.
Yeah.
And she isn't the only one utilizing this mechanism. More Higgins from The Traitors and Love Island is also cast.
Oh, I saw that. Pro dancer Mark Ballas advised her to approach the ballroom as a blank slate.
Which was good advice.
Yeah.
Maura claims she actually secured this by putting Dancing with the Stars on her vision board 5 times on New Year's Eve.
Hey, manifestation works. We also have to mention Terry Irwin. At the Steve Irwin Gala, someone asked if she would compete, since her kids, Robert and Bindi, both won or competed.
What did she say?
She joked she would, quote, review the petition in 5 to 7 business days. Meanwhile, Robert is currently hosting the spin-off DWTS, The Next Pro on ABC and Hulu.
That's amazing.
But I have to ask you and challenge this idea of Dancing with the Stars as guaranteed public image rehab. I mean, do reality stars genuinely use it as a palate cleanser after a toxic season? Because if a reality villain goes on ABC and gets voted off week 1 because they have 2 left feet, doesn't that just prove the public genuinely dislikes them?
It is a gamble, for sure. But the risk-to-reward ratio is heavily skewed in their favor. Even a 2-week run on a positive family-friendly show softens a toxic image. It proves you're willing to try something vulnerable.
That's true.
And Andy Cohen actually addressed this exact phenomenon of his stars outgrowing their origins. When he was asked about CIARA potentially leaving Summer House, he didn't panic. He said departures are just opportunities to keep his show fresh.
He really took a massive victory lap there.
He did. He expressed profound pride that Bravo is responsible for birthing stars who transcend the network, specifically naming Paige DeSorbo, Hannah Berner, and Ariana Madix.
He is definitely claiming the architectural rights to their careers. But Andy is also fighting to keep control of the stars who are still inside his network. Like, he weighed in on that massive rumor circling the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Oh, the narrative integrity clause.
Yes. There was heavy talk that the cast got hit with a narrative integrity clause, explicitly banning them from leaking storylines to bloggers to protect the weekly episodes.
Right, and Andy clarified he doesn't personally handle contracts, but he went out of his way to declare a clause like that a good idea.
Because leaks are an existential threat to his business model.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He also took a moment to clarify his power limits, reminding everyone he is just an executive producer and isn't responsible for the current Real Housewives of Miami pause.
Yeah, he really wanted to make that clear.
And he even threw in some nostalgia, reminiscing that Lisa Vanderpump actually convinced him to greenlight the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills early on because her casting tape radiated intense Jackie Collins energy.
That brings up a fascinating legal question, though. How do you actually enforce a narrative integrity clause on a reality star whose entire job is to overshare their daily life?
It's tricky.
It sounds exactly like the intense non-disclosure agreements that actors sign for Marvel superhero movies. But a Marvel actor isn't playing themselves. When the show's intellectual property is literally a person's real life, where is the boundary?
That is the ultimate legal gray area networks are trying to navigate right now.
Mm-hmm.
The line between show property and personal life has completely dissolved.
Totally.
Let's actually take a quick second here before we get into the Housewives updates. We want to give a shout out to Alex, who listens to our deep dives every day.
Hey, Alex.
Alex actually pointed out a super interesting fun fact to us recently regarding Pinky Cole joining season 17 of Atlanta. Pinky survived a Chapter 11 bankruptcy with her restaurant, Slutty Vegan. And Alex reminded us that massive corporate giants like Amazon and Delta Airlines have also gone through bankruptcy and survived.
Which is such a good point, because restructuring your debt is honestly a lot like restructuring your public image. A massive crash isn't the end of the story. It's just the prequel to your reality TV era.
Exactly. Thank you, Alex, for that context. And getting back to the Housewives, because of that blurred line we were just talking about, we are seeing cast members use external, real-world institutions to manipulate their on-camera storylines.
Right, like in Salt Lake City. Bronwyn Newport revealed at the Met Gala that she split from Todd Bradley 5 months ago and is dating Brandon Good.
And Todd wants to repair the marriage, right?
Yes, but she's insisting on space. And she basically used fashion's biggest red carpet to control her marital narrative.
It's so strategic. And we are seeing that exact same tactic over on The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Rula Pontarelli literally bypassed the show entirely to clap back at her co-star, Joellen Tiberi.
Oh, over the gym rumor.
Yes. Joellen claimed on camera that Rula's husband, Brian, uses his morning gym routine as a cover to see his mistress. So instead of waiting for a reunion to argue, Rula went straight to social media. She posted a video of people at the gym actively praising Brian's physique to prove he is genuinely working out.
Well, Rula did also go on Watch What Happens Live to confirm that despite his grave mistakes, she is trying to save the marriage. Oh, and also in Rhode Island, Dolores Titania wasn't even invited to the reunion.
Wow. Wow.
Production deemed her a sweet background character who avoided the altercations, so she is packing up and returning to RHONJ.
That's gold. But you know, the ultimate external institution these stars use is the legal system, which Denise Richards is currently utilizing on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh, her divorce.
Yeah, she scored a victory by getting her divorce documents from Aaron Pfeiffer's legally sealed from the public. However, the judge ordered her to pay Aaron $5,000 a month in temporary spousal support, plus $30,000 in his legal fees.
And reports indicate she looked frantic in court, claiming she couldn't afford it.
Which is a stark contrast to Aaron's initial claims that she brings in over $250,000 a month.
Yeah, the math isn't mathing there. But you know, if you don't use the courts or social media to control your narrative, you use your kids. Like also in Beverly Hills, Dorit Kemsley is dodging a mountain of heavy drama right now.
She is avoiding the fallout with Kyle, Erica, Teddy, and her own messy divorce with PK.
Exactly. And how is she doing it? By hyper-focusing her public image entirely on her children. She is constantly posting updates about her son, Jagger's baseball playoffs, and her daughter, Phoenix's theater acting. When the Bravo narrative gets too toxic, you just pivot to the wholesome, unimpeachable role of a dedicated mother.
It is an incredibly effective shield. But sometimes a reality star doesn't need a shield because they've already survived the worst the real world can throw at them. Like Pinky Cole, who we mentioned earlier. She explicitly stated she is completely prepped for Bravo drama because she already survived intense public scrutiny when her empire went through that bankruptcy.
Yeah, and that battle over who controls the narrative doesn't just happen in boardroom contract negotiations or PR rebrands. The illusion of control completely falls apart when you take these massive personalities and force them into an actual, literal workplace with a strict chain of command.
Oh, you mean the service industry reality shows, right?
Yes. The workplace toxicity on these shows is at an all-time high. On Below Deck Down Under, the maritime chain of command completely broke down. Captain Jason Chambers officially fired Mike Durant.
And the core issue wasn't just bad service.
No, it was blatant, repeated insubordination toward Chief Stew Daisy Kelleher. Mike kept making arrogant jokes about being the HOD, the head of department, and he was relentlessly winding up Jenna Woodberg because she had previously hurt his friend Eddie.
Right, and when Daisy finally attempted to establish authority by punishing him with a shift until 9 p.m., he flat out refused to work.
Which is crazy. So Captain Jason drew an absolute hard line. A mega yacht cannot function if the department heads are undermined.
To Mike's credit, he recently did an interview taking full accountability for the firing. He admitted his poor work ethic was the actual root of the problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he confessed that what he called British banter went way too far and became harassment. And he confirmed that he and Daisy have managed to get on good terms now.
That's good, at least. And honestly, I question where the line is even drawn in reality TV workplaces between what is considered harmless banter and outright insubordination.
It's a very fine line.
It really is. I genuinely hope the cast of Southern Hospitality can find that kind of resolution, because their workplace at Republic is a complete disaster. Leva Bonaparte finally weighed in on the exploding drama between Emmy Sherritt and Bradley Carter.
Because Emmy leveled a massive accusation, right? She claimed Bradley invaded her hotel room and illegally recorded a private conversation.
Yes. And Leva, as the boss, did not hold back. She publicly stated that Emmy is dangerously in the wrong. Yeah. Leva confirmed that Emmy has been officially taken off the work schedule at the club, while Brad is still actively allowed to throw events there. Leva basically made it clear she isn't going to participate in a public stoning of Emmy, but emphasized that actions have professional consequences.
And speaking of professional consequences bleeding into personal destruction, look at Stephen McBee from McBee Dynasty.
Oh, that whole mess.
He admitted he is embarrassed and humiliated after his ex-girlfriend, Allie Eklund, exposed his incredibly angry, unhinged text messages.
Right, because he had publicly accused her of cheating at the Stagecoach Festival with a guy named Drew Dodson.
Exactly. But the video evidence he aggressively pointed to turned out to be completely innocent. So after Allie posted her receipts, his other ex, Kella Jackson, realized she had leverage and stepped forward, posting past toxic texts from him as well.
Jeez.
The immense public pressure forced Stephen to publicly apologize and enter a 6-day intensive trauma retreat specifically to address his anger issues.
You know, when we look at Mike calling his blatant insubordination British banter or Stephen's toxic text messages, it brings up a crucial point about power dynamics. Banter requires mutual consent and shared amusement.
Right.
The moment one person uses a joke to actively undermine a superior or to gaslight a partner, it ceases to be banter. It becomes a weapon for dominance. These cameras just capture what happens in real offices and relationships every single day, but they amplify the fallout by 1,000.
And that loss of control in the workplace perfectly mirrors the loss of control we are seeing over on the dating and lifestyle shows, starting with The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh, definitely. Whitney Leavitt officially confirmed that Season 5 will be her last.
She made the announcement during her final performance playing Roxy Hart in Chicago on Broadway, stating she is moving on to focus heavily on theater and film.
It is the ultimate prestige exit strategy. You leave the messy reality show right when you secure a legitimate Broadway credit to legitimize your next pivot.
Yeah, meanwhile, her co-star Miranda Hope is taking the exact opposite approach to her current drama. Miranda just made a viral early 2000s style emo TikTok song out of the deeply toxic text messages sent by her ex-husband, Chase McWhorter.
And for anyone who needs a quick refresher on the chaos of that show, Chase was heavily involved in the soft-swinging scandal that originally launched the series.
And just for clarity, soft swinging is when couples engage in partial partner swapping, but supposedly draw the line at full intercourse.
Right. And Chase shattered the rules of that arrangement by hooking up with Miranda's co-star, Jesse Draper. So Miranda took his devastating texts and literally turned them into a pop-punk banger.
It is the modern reality star's superpower, taking absolute devastating personal trauma and spinning it into incredibly catchy, monetizable content.
It totally reclaims the narrative power. If you can make millions of people dance to your pain on TikTok, you entirely strip the power away from the person who inflicted it.
And the networks are banking heavily on that kind of monetizable trauma. Like, there is a massive update from The Bachelorette. Taylor Frankie Paul's season is officially going to air this summer on ABC.
Which is shocking, because the network had previously paused her season entirely after a severe domestic incident surfaced where she allegedly threw bar stools at Dakota Mortensen.
Yeah, but the reports say ABC is moving forward with it on flagship network television, rather than burying it on a streaming service. It is a highly calculated risk. The network is clearly betting that the dark, true crime crossover appeal of the controversy will drive massive ratings rather than kill the franchise.
Wow. And finally, we have a very serious grounding update from Bachelorette alum Katie Thurston. She provided a health update directly from her hospital bed, revealing the next intense step in her battle with stage 4 breast cancer.
She shared that she underwent a nipple-sparing double mastectomy with direct-to-implant reconstruction.
And just to clarify the medical side of that, direct-to-implant means the permanent implants are placed during the exact same surgery as the mastectomy, which removes the need for tissue expanders and months of waiting.
She was incredibly open about the painful realities of her recovery, too, noting how heavily she is leaning on her husband, Jeff Arcuri, who is carrying her through this process.
It is a stark, necessary reminder of the fragile, real human lives operating behind these highly edited television personas.
It really is. And, if we look at the entire landscape of what we've unpacked today, from Pinky Cole proudly using her corporate bankruptcy as a resume builder for housewives, to West Wilson enduring dark therapy at a leaked reunion, to Stephen McBee entering an intensive trauma retreat to save his image, it leaves you with a fascinating question to ponder.
What's that?
Is the ultimate requirement for modern reality TV no longer just natural charisma? Like, have we reached a cultural point where the absolute prerequisite for securing a spotlight is having a highly publicized, catastrophic, personal failure that you have to publicly bounce back from?
Honestly, it's like the catastrophe itself is the audition tape. Well, if you thought the Summer House audio leaks we dissected today were wild, just wait until tomorrow's deep dive, because we have a massive update on a secret behind-the-scenes lawsuit that could literally pause filming for an entire flagship franchise. You absolutely will not want to miss it. Thank you for joining us today for all the daily Bravo drama. We will be right here to unpack the chaos with you next time.